Okay. First set, gotta make sure that this is all set up properly. Oops. This is Zoom 2020, and we're doing Python work, lists and dictionaries. Let's get into details. Got this new studio that is kind of messing up my setup here. I was actually using the original interpreter before I was recommended to get this Visual Studio Code, and now I actually have a recording studio on top of that. Makes it a little tricky, huh? But it is worth definitely worth the trouble. I think I went through maybe 3 or 4 different what would you call these stream services before landing with this one. So it does the trick. It does the trick. Anyway, get into today. I'm not going to be broadcasting. I actually have a meeting here shortly, so I'm not going to be able to stay on here broadcasting for too long. But I will normally be walking through some easy assignments for you guys. It's going to be basic comprehension, list comprehension, dictionaries, syntax, for loops, while loops, basically looping through commands, and then using different data types, mainly lists and dictionaries, tuples, obviously strings, ints, numbers, words, letters. We have not really discussed charts, although this assignment actually does sort of get into the basics of sets, which is similar to a chart, if anyone has ever gone digging through data. Sets is the keyword for Python regarding a basically ordered list. No repeating values as a list would have. So yeah, I was actually originally going to be starting on a different application today, but I ran out of time, and so now we are live streaming. Boom. Alright, so the assignment's actually due 2 days. So I have 2 days to do this. I've already spent 1 day, well, maybe 1.5. I've reviewed over this assignment. I've not gone over the assignment in detail. Quickly recorded the functions that are required, and I already have a understanding of what we were supposed to be conceptualizing in the assignment, but when it comes to actually putting the code into one of the specified applications, that's where I guess I stop, because I've used quite a few different applications for the getting used to uh, the environment or the interpreter that I'm using. Matter of basically creating the instructions in the Python language, as opposed to whichever, in this case, the assignment is English. So my task here is to convert the instructions from English into Python, and so I'm translating. Um, yeah, so that's where I'll start today. So I'm going to pull up. No one's actually been to my channel. Definitely need some editing. Like I said, I've been playing around with different uh, software systems. Pull up, but um, have not found one that has easily been manageable for a wide range of tasks. So screen recording, audio, video, editing, um, these kinds of basic things. Seems that there is not a lot of all-in-one free options out there. So here we are. So uh, I wonder if I can edit this. Alright, I'll keep this in a subsection. Ooh. So I'm not able to manage my keywords here, my comments. So a little frustrating. But that's alright. Next time, edit the comments for next time. Um, Alright, let's get into it. see what we got. I got my code up here. I do have a tester file all set up, so if any problems can't be solved using our Visual Studio debugger, we can run the problem through the tester. I got my office hours here pulled up, so I think, well, I'm not too sure about exactly when TA is going to be out of his meeting, but this is where I'm at. I'm on the first function out of, what do we have? We have 5 functions. So I'm going to actually skip over the first one because the first one is a little bit, well, it's almost complete, but it just needs some cleaning up to do. So as you can see, it's just a, so the input is, I believe is a dictionary. Yeah, so the input is a dictionary. So input dictionary. And then we're going to be returning a new dictionary. So that's the new D here. So it's a little playing around with accessing values using dictionary formats as opposed to list formats. So like here, this can actually be removed. This add is not necessary. So just for so D set is the set that I was referencing earlier. Changes a list of values. So in this case, you set I add the values from the dictionary into the set, which then reorders the set to its original ascending order. Oh boy. Define merge D1, D2. So D1, D2 are going to be our input values. Let's go to our assignment here and see what the worksheet has to say about these input values. So looks like D1, D2 are dictionaries. Key is a string and value. Dictionary where key and value are ints. So input is equal to key value, where key and value are both integers. So this is going to be, we'll say this is called num, and we'll say that int is key. So input is going to be dictionary notation int num for D1 and D2. Key is a string. I'm sorry. Key is a string and value is a dictionary. So it's actually a dictionary within a dictionary. So string for this outer dictionary. So we have a string int and num for our setup. This is our input for D1 and D2. So value is a dictionary where key and value are both integers, or return a new dictionary. So I'm going to go ahead and create our new dictionary here. New dictionary equals empty. We have not put anything in this new dictionary. And we'll go ahead and put a return statement in. Return this new dictionary. And we need some stuff in between to make things happen. So for this case, we have wine. So our string is wine names, and then our ints are going to be year and age is the second value, I believe. So it merges. So the purpose of this function. This function merges two wine inventories. So we need to merge two inventories represented by dictionaries. D1 and D2 are the two inventories. These are our inventories that need to be merged, that have the structure depicted below. So the merged dictionary, let's see exactly what that merge looks like. D1 and D2, Chardonnay and Merlot. So that's the two values, each containing, looks like a variable number of other keys within those values. D2 is equal to Chardonnay and Pinot Noir. Alright, so when we merge these two, we have Chardonnay, Merlot, and Pinot Noir, and then we have a set of ages. So let's see. So Chardonnay is in both of these. So 2017 5. We do not see 2017 5 in this merger. So 2018 9. Okay. So we do have a 2018 9. So 2017, oh, okay, so it looks like, so here's 2017 5, 2017 7. So we're going to be adding, oh, okay, so the year of our wine bottle, and this is our number of bottles. Okay, 2017, we have 5 bottles. 2018, we have 9 bottles. We add this. First inventory values to our second inventory values. So how do we do this? Alright, well, first we need to make a new dictionary with unique names. So Chardonnay, so for I in D1, new D, we'll say I equals so for each key in our dictionary, our new dictionary, that key is going to be equal for now, we'll just put a placeholder. We'll just say year and num. Okay. Just so this, let me update this. So this is wine. This is year. And this is going to be count. So for wine in D1, our new dictionary, wine, set, give each wine year and num. Now for wine in D2, if wine is not equal, so basically we need to add, so if wine is not equal to, so for wine in D2, so we're actually going to add another for loop here. So we're going to be considering for wine in D2. So for wine, we'll just do capital, or we'll just do W for wine in D2. So if wine, is not equal wine in D2, this is what we're trying to achieve here. So if wine in D1 is not equal wine in D2, the new dictionary wine equals year num. And so that will make a new dictionary. So far we have our new dictionary should have a list of unique keys. So Chardonnay, Merlot, Pinot Noir. Chardonnay should not be listed twice. So if wine in D1 does not equal wine in D2, we need to see if this statement executes correctly. So to do that, I'm gonna run this through the visualizer in just a second.
Hey, Cal. Sorry about that. It's end of my office hour. So yeah, if you have any questions, just email me directly. I will reply the email. Clear? Someone else coming next? Sorry about that. Yeah, that's okay. I'm gonna give you my email, and if you have any questions and concerns, just email me. I'm gonna reply you ASAP. Okay.
Alright.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. Enjoy your weekend, or say Friday. Yeah. See you.
So, yeah, that's that. Let me just copy and paste his email over here. Text document. There we go. Save. Save as Ted Chow email. Okay. This is a pretty cool studio here. However, check up on my channel. Subscribe. Still going. Check up on my channel. Subscribe. Oof. Rewind and detail. Oh yeah, so back to our visualizer. I guess I'll just wait for like a next person to stop in to help me out with this assignment, since I clearly don't know what I'm doing with it. It's been way too long working on this assignment. It's actually ridiculous. So that needs to be solved very, very quickly. Excuse me. For wine in D1. Alright, so we need to check these wines in these lists to make sure that none are repeating. So this is, let me see. Alright, so I'm just gonna have to recreate. So D1, 2. Alright, so Chardonnay, Chardonnay. What should we do for the year? Let's do what's actually a dictionary within a dictionary? So more curly braces. 1989. This is 1989. We have 3 here, 2 here. So Chardonnay, Merlot, and we'll do the Pinot Noir in our second inventory. 1989, 3. Okay, so I think this is a very similar Chardonnay Merlot, Chardonnay Pinot Noir. Yeah, okay. So here we have our values. I only have 1 year for each, so we should add another. We should add another set in here. We'll do 2000. Now I'm not allowed to use items. I'm not allowed to iterate through this list using any comprehension tools. So I cannot say for items in dictionary, for example, even though that is a very common way to iterate through a dictionary. I might make a separate video going through some data, some dictionary sets using items. Dictionary list comprehension construct. Okay. 2002. Okay, so we have our two inventories. Oh boy, so let's copy and paste what we've got here. Move this function into our interpreter. So we have an invalid syntax, string line 2, invalid syntax. Oh yes, because these are string values, not variables. So, global, or our name. Okay, so 9 wants an indent for some notation reasons. Alright, so let's look at what we're dealing with. So D1, D2, D1, and D2. So dictionary. So I have for wine the dictionary, new dictionary, wine, year equals year num. We're going to change these to strings equals year num so that our placeholder kind of makes sense. So I'll just do actually 9999. I'll just do, yeah, 9999 for our 0 for the year and 9 for our count. So I'm glad that this comment was still in place. So according to our visualizer here, so we have dictionary 1989 into new dictionary wine. So according to my code for wine and D1, I should be seeing this output here, our placeholder, our zeros and nines, that will be updated later in our code, but that's not showing up here for some not good reason. Let me reread this. So for wine in dictionary 1 is that it reads through this dictionary by key as opposed to an item. So let me just specify d1 dot keys. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about here. Into our interpreter, copy these dictionaries. One at a time. Here's D1 into our Python. This is directly from python.org. So this is like the actual interpreter here. Currently using version 3.8. I know 3.9 came out. I think it was last week that 3.9 came out. But I have not actually dug in very deep to explore the 9th version. So let's copy D2. So now we have D1 and D2 in our interpreter. So for wine in D1 dot keys, going to print wine. Okay, so as you can see here, Chardonnay and Merlot output. So that works. Now let me try the same without specifying keys because I'm not sure if that is going to be a problem with dictionary comprehension. So do new code here. For wine in, just do it for wine in D1. Print wine. Okay, so it's the same output, so I do not need to specify that they're keys. The interpreter already knows that they're keys. Chardonnay and Merlot. Alright, so for each one of those, so Chardonnay, new, oh wait, do I, okay, so I did not actually specify our dictionary before our loop here. New D is equal to empty dictionary. So we'll take this out. This is not in the correct place. New D equals dictionary, empty dictionary. wine and D2 if wine and D1. What? Let's get rid of keys. So I'm telling it that new D wine. So I'm telling it to add each wine and give it this 099 value. Over here it does not do that. So let's, that's actually frustrating. Let's put it into our actual interpreter. So we'll do new dictionary equals empty dictionary. Line and D1. Let's repeat our code here. New dictionary. Is equal to a dictionary with 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, and 9. Alright, so I'm going to print the new D. So it does work in our actual Python interpreter. Chardonnay 0. That's interesting. Only 1 0 though. 1 0. Because this is an int value, not a string. So it's just going to pop out with 1 0. That's okay. Well, I was doing physics work earlier. I do still have quite a bit of physics work to do. So, get into physics. We can. Otherwise, with programming. This programming assignment is actually probably, I think, top priority right now. Let me see if anyone's in office hours who can explain. Let me hop into a different chat room. Do Sunday 11 previous. You always like to hide these kinds of things. There's like 4 classes merged in here, so that's assignments. Online sessions. Office hours 2. See if anyone's in here. Nope, nobody. Okay. I'm gonna drink. Nobody. So we have 3 open office hours, and nobody's scheduled right now. So I'm just gonna hop in number 1, and I guess if anyone decides to join, I'll be here. Can't share my video because I'm streaming. So back to Python. That's what you guys are interested in, is Visual Studio programming work here. dictionary with each wine. I'll just use, oh wait, this still did not update. Go to live programming. This did not update our dictionary. So, new dictionary, invalid syntax, line 2. I definitely already did this and I closed the wrong tab. Line 3, unexpected indent. Okay, take that away. Alright, so it still did not output the correct. Well, maybe. No, didn't. Okay, well, we just need to check if wine in. This is what we were originally trying to check, because for some reason this is not working in our visualizer. So, I'll just go ahead and take a picture of that for reference for my schoolmates who, or professors, or I don't know, anyone who is trying to actually learn this language, because it's frustrating when you try and run basic. We weren't even trying to test this. We were trying to test if wine in D1 does not equal wine in D2, and now here we are. For wine in D1 works as expected, or I'm sorry, is not working as expected. This PythonTutor.com is actually what they used to teach us in our university classes. So that's disgusting. that's just disgusting. We should definitely not be using that. Um, so yeah, that's embarrassing. Anyway, I'll take a picture just in case anyone has any discrepancies. GlobalFrame. I like how it does include this imagery. It's very nice. Very nice. Define merge. You want you to input. Input. Okay. So for wine in D2. So we're looking at D2. So for each of these, if wine in D1 does not equal, let's go ahead and write this. If wine in D1, let's do a for loop for wine in D1. If wine, okay, then we'll do for. So let's try a few different things. I'm not exactly comfortable with this language as far as quickly zooming into a single direction. If wine in D1 equal to in D1, for wine in D1, if wine is equal to wine in D2. How do we say this? For wine in D1. If wine is equal. This is very frustrating. For wine in D1, if wine, let's do wine in D1 for string in D2. So for each of these, so say we have a selector, so Chardonnay for string. So while we're on Chardonnay, we're going to go for each string, so Chardonnay. So if string does not equal wine, then add to dictionary. So this will only work if our wines are in alphabetical order. And so how do we, let's see if we can use the sort operator. Range, length, ID, sum, and set. I wonder if set will work. Let's try set. Let's try, so this is going to give us a syntax. But let's go ahead and write this down over here. So for wine in D1, wine. Now this is actually different from the original method, but it says the same thing. It's the logic that we're testing for wine in D1 for wine. If wine in D1 does not equal wine in D2. These are just, this uses the in operation and this does not. Expected and indented block. Oh yeah, that's our syntax. For wine in D2, for wine in D1. What did I write here? Oh, this is for string in D2. If string does not equal wine. So this is comparing each value. So we start with Chardonnay. We want to add new values. So we have Chardonnay and Merlot. So these are already added to our new dictionary, Merlot and Chardonnay. We need to add Pinot Noir. So to do that, for wine, if string does not equal wine, then new dictionary, going to add, and this is the way of adding for dictionaries. There's no like append or add explicit keyword, supposedly. There's just this notation, which is like similar to reference notation, but for updating or adding is all the same. So it's very similar to working with a list, except you don't have to explicitly denote an add or update parameter. So nudie string is going to equal your num. Y equals your num for y and d1 for string and d2. String is not equal to 1. This d is a colon. Alright, so let's see what happens when we run this. Copy. Not sure why that only copied that. Copy. So this is giving me an error. Unexpected indent. If string does not equal 1, that should not. Okay, so this is giving me, let's start from the top. Expected an indented block for our first. So that is indented. Okay, so this basically. Oh, geez, this takes me to my indentation syntax. Okay, so this is what I was talking about with my other video. If you look in the Python list of videos, so I have 4 spaces here, which for all my testers in schoolwork, because I guess I have not looked through this tester that is as long as something extremely long, but 4 spaces here. This is an indent, but when I copy and paste, it does not translate to 4 spaces. In Python, it translates to, well, it does, but Python takes 8 spaces. Like up here, when I indented, it actually used 8 spaces. So like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. No, actually, that's correct. Yeah. So, but actually no, because this is an automatic indentation. So when I indented, it was still only 4 spaces. So I'm not sure why this is giving me any problems right now. That's extremely annoying. So this is, I guess, why we have tester files, to see exactly if anything will go wrong. But it's nice to like be able to test your code while you're coding, so that way you don't have to like re-logic anything. Ugh, what a mess. So I'm gonna leave this in comments because I don't think that's gonna like do very well. I'll be back later, guys.